Before we get into this video, I'm going to say I love you, and you need to say it back to me in the comments. Hey girl. Hello my beautiful Gemini, how are you doing? My name is SimplyVelca and I'm going to be doing your weekly general reading this week. And we also do your weekly love reading between you and your soulmate, which I'll leave a link to over here, Gemini, for you to check out at a later point. When it comes to any of my readings, be sure to rely on your intuition, because put it in perspective, I'm just a man reading some tarot cards to you. You know your situation better than I ever possibly could, so take the cards that resonate and leave what doesn't, Gemini, because I promise you I'm not going to be offended by it. If you find some cards that resonate with you though, Gemini, be sure to leave me a comment in the comments below of letting me know what card called out to you the most. I love hearing y'all's aha moments that you have with the cards, because it's just how I keep up with y'all, through the comments. And then also be sure to leave me a like and subscribe, because it does help out my channel a lot, and I always am super appreciative when you guys take the time to do that for me and my channel. And then finally, Gemini. I just did Libra's reading. I apologize, Gemini. Finally, Gemini. This reading is here just to hopefully give you perspective, right? I'm not here to make a decision for you, because ultimately at the end of the day, Gemini, it's your life to live and not mine, and it's not fair for me to tell you how to live your life when I'm just pulling some tarot cards, right? So with all that being said, Gemini, let's get into your reading. The overall the overall energies that we have going for you, Gemini, is the Seven of Swords twice. I'm sorry. This it shocks me just in this. It always just shocks me, and I like seeing it in this kind of where it's like repeating cards together like this. But it's letting me know like the magnitude, Gemini, of how stressed you probably are feeling right now, how much is on your plate currently, how you're just dealing with a lot, and it's not even in just one specific avenue of life. You're dealing with a lot in your personal life, in your romantic life. You're dealing with a lot maybe in the workplace and stressing about finances as well. You're dealing with a lot in life and trying to figure out what to do. You can't even think about what you're going to be doing next week because you're just so stressed about, like, you wake up and then just like everything from the day before is just weighing on you, and then new stuff just keeps being piled onto you, right? I'm getting like the weird imagery of like someone like doing some dishes, and like right when they're about to wash that last fork, a bunch more dishes is brought into the sink, so you just keep on washing, and it's just like this never-ending thing for you, Gemini, where you're just constantly washing dishes, and it's overwhelming. You know, the Seven of Swords, you're leaving tracks basically, right? You're trying to bring so much, and it's just you're leaving, like you keep dropping stuff. So let's get into this reading. We have the Hermit card coming in for you, which makes sense, right? I feel like it's naturally like a normal human reaction to when you're dealing with a lot. Naturally, you want to just turn it away. You want to just close yourself off. Now, some of you Geminis might be feeling this way because of some other person. And the Seven of Swords might be coming in the shape of where it's just like certain people. Maybe, I mean, I'm getting in the sense of like a lot of family members maybe that are like stressing you out, because you do have Five of Wands conflict. So maybe it's just like right now this week, the people closest to you are just stressing you out, or just constantly have a bunch of, like, we'll just use the analogy of dishes. There's a lot of things in your life constantly putting dishes into your sink, and you're just tired of dealing with other people's dishes. You're just ready for your son. You're ready to be able to be done with the dishes, walk out of the kitchen, and to be able to just stand out in the middle of the yard and just sunbathe, right? But by yourself, need I add, right? So the only kind of impressions that I get that I want to give you a heads up on, my little guardian angel messages that I'm getting, Gemini, is don't put yourself in this dark, damp place for too long. It's very easy to spiral, and you know, especially when a bunch of people are throwing dishes into your sink, you just want to walk away, and then you know, that's how you end up being more depressed, right? You still at some point, like, just because there might be some dishes in the sink, it's okay to put the washcloth, the sponge down, and go walk outside and just stand in the sun for yourself, right? Don't feel like you have to wash everyone else's plates, right? You know, don't worry about that conflict. There shouldn't be conflict. Tell them to wash their own dang dishes. So enough of that. Let's get into your messages now, shall we, Gemini? We have the Ten of Pentacles with the Hermit card. So this is good energy overall. I do associate the tens as the ending of a cycle. So maybe this is one of those things where you're going to be like, hey, I love you. This is in the name of love, but you need to start washing your own dishes. You need to help out building this. It takes a team, right? And you can't be the only one solely worrying about the finances. You can't be you can't worry about everything. If you're going to worry about the dishes, someone else needs to worry about the vacuuming, right? I don't know why we're using this analogy, kinds of analogies, but I guess it works, you know, whatever vacuuming and mopping and dishes are for you. Five of Wands, the Tower card. The Tower card coming in. Now, Gemini, this is letting me know this might have been like a fiery fight. The Five of Wands talks about conflict, and the Tower card, it's kind of like the literal antithesis, if I'm using that word properly, to the Ten of Pentacles. So you're at your breaking point with something or with somebody, and you can't do this anymore. Yeah, it's just like I keep hearing, you can't do this anymore in whatever way. You can't keep managing all these swords because you can't carry them by yourself. You need help with taking these groceries. That's what I associate the Seven of Swords energy is like, you know, when you don't want to make more than one trip to the car to get groceries, so you get all the groceries that you can, you end up dropping some, and you just need help bringing groceries into the house, and you can't accept you can't accept not getting help anymore. The Sun card, we get the Sun card again. This is interesting, Gemini. It's interesting how both 2 times so far we're getting cards that are just paired nicely together. I mean, double pairs. So you can look on the bright side with this. You can be optimistic in the sense that, like, you're not going to be having to do those dishes for long. You're not going to be having to manage these dishes for too much longer, whatever those dishes are. You're definitely going to be getting help, whether that's through the physical or things just starting to, you know, like the sun shining after a dramatic rainstorm sort of thing. So it's letting me know also as well, like with this, I mean, let me not get ahead of myself because we still have a couple more clarifiers to pull with this, Gemini. But I am taking this as like, it's not like after a blow up, you guys are going to come back together if you are fighting with somebody, Gemini, and you guys will work it out, figure it out. Even if you guys aren't going to be talking anymore after, I'm hearing, you guys will be able to like end on good terms, goodish terms, amicable terms. I just realized you can see the cards on my glasses. The Moon card coming in with your Hermit card and the Ten of Pentacles. So this is what I was saying before. I really just feel the sense of, Gemini, don't put yourself in a hole. Don't bury yourself in a hole. Don't feel defeated for too long. Don't allow the stress of the Seven of Swords in your life to make you recluse into a dark cave and never come out again. That is just something I'm getting. Like, don't sink into that. King of Swords paired with the Tower card and the Five of Wands. So yeah, I associate the King of Swords as someone who isn't reactive like the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords, like, when you piss off the Queen of Swords comes in guns blazing and cuts away where she felt wronged. The King of Swords is someone that's like a little bit more subtle, in control of their emotions a little bit more, setting strong boundaries, the King of Swords only does come in strongly when they feel wronged. So I don't know who feels wronged in the situation. I am assuming it's you, Gemini, because you are feeling wronged with having to wash all these dishes or carrying all these groceries by yourself. And then let's get a card for your sons. Temperance. I'm smiling because this makes so much sense. It's like in what I was hinting at before, Gemini, in that, like, you have your 2 sons. You may not be feeling the heat and the warmth of that sun just yet, honey, but I promise you, and Spirit promises you, this Temperance card, have some patience. Have some patience, I promise you. This rainstorm is going to end, and at the end of that rainstorm comes the rainbow, comes the sun, comes the warmth. So don't feel defeated, Gemini. I promise you things are going to start looking up. Take as much comfort from that as you can from a man just looking at some tarot cards, right? But I really do see things ending positively for you. Just be careful not to end up in that hole, right? That cave. Knight of Wands in the reverse comes in for you finally for this row of the Hermit and the Moon and all that. So don't allow this to take away your spark. Don't feel disempowered in this situation. You know, don't take yourself to exhaustion where you put your life on pause, essentially, right? Because that's what happens. With the Knight of Wands I kind of associate is like a mini chariot, a mini chariot card, in the sense of where you feel passionately about something and you go forward with it. It's something new. When it's in the reverse, that spark is gone because you go into that deep dark cave and you don't go out and see the sun anytime because maybe you lost faith. Maybe that's what it is. You're starting to waver faith, or starting to just really wanting to give up in some way. And I'm really asking you to just have some patience at this time, Gemini. Have some patience because your suns are coming, I promise you. 9 of Cups, promising energy as well with this. So this, as chaotic as this connection starts, if this is involving some type of social connection, you start with conflict, but you end with peace, whether that's with yourself or with this person. You're ending this row with peace and happiness. When it started with that conflict of the 5 of Wands and the Tower card and what have you, after you set those strong boundaries as the King of Swords, things are happy. At the very least, you're happy, honey, and that's all that matters, right? This is the Gemini reading. It's not a Gemini and whoever reading. We don't care about those other people. We care about what's going on with you, honey. Someone has to. And then 2 of Cups for your last cards, for the Suns and the Temperance card. So maybe for some of y'all, if you've been wanting like a new love, maybe you moved on from it. Maybe this is speaking about a past relationship that you're finally ending with. And then 2 of Cups promises you have patience. You're going to have a really good relationship that you're worthy of, that is worthy of you, right? Just have patience at this time, Gemini. The sun's going to be coming up at the end of this rainstorm. Don't give up. Don't go into that deep, dark, scary cave and recluse from the world. Come back out. But that's the cards that I have for you this week, Gemini. If you enjoyed this reading, be sure to give me a like and subscribe. And then also share my videos with a friend if you think they might be into my videos. But until next time, I love you so much, Gemini. Bye.